Hello, my name is Christopher Lara. I am 19 years old. I am majoring in mechanical engineering, and my teacher is Professor Jordan Wiggins. I am taking his English rhetorics and composition class. It is English 1101, composition and rhetorics. My personal goals that I set for myself at the beginning of this course was to pass this class with a supplemental grade, which for me would be at least a B average, and to grow and implement what I have learned within this class. Do I feel that I have met my goals? I believe I have met my goals. I'm still working on myself to those goals were not just a milestone for me. Those were milestones for me to grow on and to continue to work on them as I progress in life. My level of engagement within the course is a high level because I try to participate in the most when I can. Whenever we had lectures, especially, I would often give my opinion when my professor would ask. One thing I wish I knew about this class on the first day was that I could have been maybe more openly active with my peers. I didn't get to know them very that well. That's one thing my was one of my biggest regret I have. But if I had a chance, I'll do it all over again. What would I tell future students about on their first day? I would say that although the idea of college may be excited, overwhelming, it is a bit nerve-wracking. Do not let it get to you. And if you don't let it get to you, you will persevere through college. My overall experience with my instructor was that he was flexible. He is excellent when it comes to communication. He will respond to you whenever he can, and usually it's a very quick response time. And I like it that he held us to a standard where no late work is accepted. However, you may ask for extensions. However, they must be a valid reason for an extension. But I like it that he keeps a certain standard for himself and not just for the school. It's because it could contribute to real world life jobs. One thing he could be better in, I would say maybe adding more essays or more writing subjects or subjects assignments about a scholar's desire and what they really like, what they like, more of themselves for them to express themselves who they are as a person for the professor to understand their students a little bit more. That's one thing I would say that I would like for him to do. My experience with Mabongi was it's a big thing because I didn't know what it means. I never heard that word in my entire life. I will be honest with you guys. Um, I learned lots of ideas, biased opinions, and lots of crazy events that happen and research that happened in history that I was never really aware about, and nor did my high school ever told me. One of the things that stuck out to me was the Godfather of Anatomy, although it was cruel for what he did, but he helped steer the education system in a way. So although it wasn't the right method, and it wasn't okay for the way he did it, but he did it for the sake of science. What new things that I learned was experience that were going on in the late 18th, 17th, 19th, and the early 2000th century. Um, Most of it was helping doctors, researchers, and psychologists understand more about the human mind and body and how they act within certain environments. That's what I like about it. How should future students approach these assignments? I would say approach it with an open mind. Don't be sensitive. Um, don't let it get everything to you. If you disagree with something, I would say keep it to yourself, but don't make it personal. Make if you have something against it, um, do some research. Have something to argue back about with actual factual resources, because that's mostly what you're going to be using anyway, versus just your feelings and your emotions. Because the truth is, facts don't care about your feelings. That's the truth. Um, Preparations for class was that I would say do not procrastinate. Do you work on time and be on track with all your assignments? Because although it is not many assignments he give out, it's not like overload assignments. It can be overwhelming for a person to be like, oh, I can do another day. But building up that level of procrastination can really come back and nib you in the butt in the end. Because I've seen a lot of people, and even me, I procrastinated a bit, but in the end, I got it all right. How did I struggle and how did I manage my time for assignments and readings? I had a problem because of my job, my part-time job, my full-time job, and being a full-time student, it is very complicated, really. My part-time job is part National Guard. Doing so, I often get called out to do certain missions, and that leaves me in a vulnerable time. So where I could, instead of me being in school, I could be out there doing missions, and I would be missing out on assignments, or I would rather do my assignments than be out on missions. But owned by the government, Uncle Sam. So I really don't got to say in that. And also because I've been in the National Guard, I've been out of school for almost 2 years, so it is a lot for me to unpack, but I managed to pull through. One thing I do like that I learned was that I learned how to do proper research, not just by going to Google and searching. No, I learned how to use Galileo, which in high school they taught me, but I really never paid attention to it. But I like that the fact that he taught me step by step how to get there, what to look for, what's was valid, what's not valid, what's fake, what's real. Um, my biggest challenge was procrastination, like I said, because never had anyone behind my back saying, "Hey, do your assignment, do this, do that." Um, it is one of the ways how I learned to get through it was through taking one step at a time. What I mean by that is like you have multiple set assignments, try to do one assignment each, or one to three assignments each, and by the end, although it's maybe just one at a day, it accumulates to the end of the week. And before you know it, you should be done with by the time. And then you the extra time that you have, you may be able to, just chill if you like to. Um, I will say I do give consent to my professor, Mr. Wiggins, to use his video on YouTube and in his personal portfolio. Thank you very much.